Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our Telegram channel given in the description to updates and study materials. Topic for today's quiz is General Awareness Indian History Set 1. Question number 1. The Battle of Plassey was fought in Option A 1757, Option B 1782, Option C 1748, Option D 1764. The correct answer is Option A 1757. The Battle of Plassey, the 23rd of June 1757, was a decisive British East India Company victory over the Nawab of Bengal and his French allies, establishing company rule in South Asia which expanded over much of the Indies for the next 190 years. The battle took place at Plassey, Bengal, on the river banks of the Bhagirathi River, about 150 kilometers north of Calcutta, near Murshidabad, then capital of undivided Bengal. The belligerents were Siraj-ud-Daulah, the last independent Nawab of Bengal, and the British East India Company. Question number 2. The territory of Porus, who offered strong resistance to Alexander, was situated between the rivers of Option A Satluj and Byas, Option B Jhelum and Chenab, Option C Ravi and Chenab, Option D Ganga and Yamuna. The correct answer is Option B Jhelum and Chenab. The Battle of the Hydaspes was fought in 326 BC between Alexander the Great and King Porus of the Paurava kingdom on the banks of the river Jhelum, known to the Greeks as Hydaspes, in the Punjab region of the Indian subcontinent, modern-day Punjab, Pakistan. Question number 3. Under Akbar, the Mir Bakshi was required to look after Option A Military affairs, Option B the state treasury, Option C the royal household, Option D the land revenue system. The correct answer is Option A military affairs. The head of the military was called the Mir Bakshi, appointed from among the leading nobles of the court. The Mir Bakshi was in charge of intelligence gathering, and also made recommendations to the emperor for military appointments and promotions. Question number 4. Tripitakas are sacred books of Option A Buddhists, Option B Hindus, Option C Jains, Option D none of the above. The correct answer is Option A Buddhists. The complete Tripitaka set of the Theravada school is written and preserved in Pali in the Pali Canon. Buddhists of the Theravada school use the Pali variant Tripitaka to refer what is commonly known in English as the Pali Canon. Question number 5. The trident-shaped symbol of Buddhism does not represent Option A Nirvana, Option B Sangha, Option C Buddha, Option D Dhamma. The correct answer is Option A Nirvana. Question number 6. The Vijayanagara ruler Kirshnadev Raya's work Amuktamalyada was in Option A Telugu, Option B Sanskrit, Option C Tamil, Option D Kannada. The correct answer is Option A Telugu. Amuktamalyada is an epic poem in Telugu composed by Kirshnadev Raya of the Vijayanagar dynasty. Amuktamalyada translates to a garland of pearls. Considered as a masterpiece, Amuktamalyada describes the story of wedding of the Hindu Lord Vishnu and Andal, the Tamil Alavar poet and daughter of Periyalvar, at Srirangam. Question number 7. Through which one of the following the king exercised his control over villages in the Vijayanagar Empire? Option A the Nayaka, Option B. Sumanta. Option C. Nayaka. Option D. Mahanayakacharya. The correct answer is Option D. Mahanayakacharya. The village assembly of Vijayanagar Empire was responsible for administration of the village. Its hereditary officers were the village accountant, village watchman, the superintendent of forced labor, etc. These officers were paid either by grants of land or from a portion of the agricultural produce. The heads of corporations seem to have formed an integral part of the village assemblies. The king had his control over villages through an officer called Mahanayakacharya. Question number 8. The system of competitive examination for civil service was accepted in principle in the year. Option A. 1833. Option B. 1853. Option C. 1858. Option D. 1882. The correct answer is Option B. 1853. Civil service was brought into existence by Lord Cornwallis. Thus, he is known as father of Indian civil service. Till 1853 all appointments to civil service were made by directors of East India Company. However, Charter Act 1853 introduced open competition system for recruitment of civil servants. Question number 9. The Treaty of Srirangapatna was signed between Tipu Sultan and Option A. Robert Clive. Option B. Cornwallis. Option C. Dalhousie. Option D. Warren Hastings. The correct answer is Option B. Cornwallis. The resulting treaty was signed on the 18th of March. Cornwallis had hoped to use the treaty as a wide-ranging peace settlement that would, in addition to reducing or removing the threat of Mysore, prevent conflict between Hyderabad and the Marathas. Question number 10. The theory of economic drain of India during British imperialism was propounded by Option A. Jawaharlal Nehru. Option B. Dadabhai Naoroji. Option C. R.C. Dutt. Option D. M.K. Gandhi. The correct answer is Option B. Dadabhai Naoroji. Dadabhai Naoroji's work focused on the drain of wealth from India to England during colonial rule of British in India. One of the reasons that the drain theory is attributed to Naoroji is his decision to estimate the net national profit of India, and by extension, the effect that colonization has on the country. Question number 11. Under an agreement with which of the following countries did Subhas Chandra Bose organize the Indian soldiers, taken as prisoners by the Axis powers, into the Azad Hind Fauj? Option A. China. Option B. Germany. Option C. Italy. Option D. Japan. The correct answer is Option D. Japan. The Provisional Government of Free India, or, more simply, Free India, Azad Hind, was an Indian provisional government established in occupied Singapore in 1943 and supported by the Empire of Japan, Nazi Germany, Italian Social Republic, and their allies. Question number 12. We hear of two envoys being sent to the Roman kings, one in 27 to 28 AD to the court of Augustus and the other in 110 to 20 AD to the court of Option A. Cassius. Option B. Trajan. Option C. Nero. Option D. Brutus. The correct answer is Option B. Trajan. Trajan was Roman emperor from 98 to 117. Officially declared by the Senate Optimus Princeps, Trajan is remembered as a successful soldier emperor who presided over the greatest military expansion in Roman history, leading the empire to attain its maximum territorial extent by the time of his death. Question number 13. The use of Kharoshti in ancient Indian architecture is the result of India's contact with Option A. Central Asia. Option B. Iran. Option C. Greece. Option D. China. The correct answer is Option C. Greece. The Kharoshti script is an ancient script used by the ancient Gandhar culture of South Asia, primarily in modern-day Afghanistan and Pakistan, to write the Gandhari language, a Prakrit, and the Sanskrit language, an alpha-syllabary. It was in use from the middle of the 3rd century BCE until it died out in its homeland around the 3rd century CE. It was also in use in Bactria, Gandhar, particularly in the period of the Kushan Empire, Sogdiana, and along the Silk Road, where there is some evidence it may have survived until the 7th century in the remote way stations of Khotan and Nia. Question number 14. Vaikhanasa, the five-fold conception of Vishnu, consists of Brahman, Purusha, Prakriti, Satya, Achyuta, Niruddha. Option A. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Option B. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Option C. 1, 2, 4, 5 and 6. Option D. 5, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The correct answer is Option D. 5, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Question number 15. The troops raised by the emperor but not paid directly the state and placed under the charge of mansabadars were known as Option A. Valashahi. Option B. Baravradi. Option C. Chumaki. Option D. Dakhili. The correct answer is Option D. Dakhili. The troops that was raised by the emperor but not paid directly by the state were the Dakhili troops. The Dakhili troops were given to mansabdars that had troubles raising the retainers. The Dakhili horsemen were given to the mansabdars who held rank over 500. Question number 16. Todar Mal was associated with Option A. Music. Option B. Literature. Option C. Finance. Option D. Law. The correct answer is Option C. Finance. Raja Todar Mal was the finance minister of the Mughal Empire during Akbar's reign. He was one of the Navratnas in Akbar's Darbar. Question number 17. The victories of Karikala are well portrayed in Option A. Palamoli. Option B. Aruvanad. Option C. Pattinappalai. Option D. Padirupattu. The correct answer is Option C. Pattinappalai. The Grand Anikattu was built after his conquest over the Sinhalese kingdom, and he used Sinhalese war prisoners for the hard task of moving stones from the mountains to the riverbed of the Kaveri. The Pattinappalai also describes the destruction caused by Karikala's armies in the territories of his enemies and adds that as the result of these conflicts, the northerners and westerners were depressed, and his flushed look of anger caused the Pandyas' strength to give way. Question number 18. To which professions earlier leaders who struggled for freedom of India mainly belonged? Option A. Lawyers. Option B. Teachers. Option C. Journalists. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is Option D. All of the above. Question number 19. To conquer and annex Peshawar and Punjab, Mahmud of Ghazni defeated Option A. Ghurids. Option B. Arabs. Option C. Karkotakas. Option D. Hindu Sahis. The correct answer is option D. Hindu Sahis. Battle of Peshawar was fought on the 27th of November 1001 between the Ghaznavid army of Sultan Mahmud bin Sebuktigin, Mahmud of Ghazni, and the Hindu Shahi army of Jaipada, near Peshawar. Jaipada was defeated and captured, and as a result of the humiliation of the defeat, he later immolated himself in a funeral pyre. This is the first of many major battles in the expansion of the Ghaznavid Empire into the Indian subcontinent by Mahmud of Ghazni. Question number 20. The Treaty of Mangalore was signed between option A. the English East India Company and Hyder Ali. Option B. the English East India Company and Tipu Sultan. Option C. Hyder Ali and the Zamorin of Calicut. Option D. the French East India Company and Tipu Sultan. The correct answer is option B. the English East India Company and Tipu Sultan. The Treaty of Mangalore was signed between Tipu Sultan and the British East India Company on the 11th of March 1784. It was signed in Mangalore and brought an end to the Second Anglo-Mysore War. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now, link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.